Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what it is. Another episode of that Victory Talk. We getting it in. We got a lot to Victory talk about. New developments in the Jay-Z case. New developments in the Tate brothers case. Let's start the show. Let's go. Yeah. You know what it is. It's another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, BBC, King Keto, the king of ketosis. All right. And I'm joined today by my co-host, producer, Nima, straight out of Iran. Let's go.
Super excited.
Yeah, man. All right, listen, we're going to talk about the Tate brothers. There's also some stuff happened with that Jay-Z case. I want to answer your questions. I want to answer all your super chats. All right, we're going to get into it. But the first thing I want to tell y'all is, listen, beginning of this year, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking some people and working with them, helping them build their social media. We're talking about Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, right? And I'm showing you how to build your social media. And this is going to be for people who want to build their social media to support their existing business, right? Or people who want to start a business and want to use social media as a platform to launch it, because that's what I did, right? I started my business and social media simultaneously, and social media was the only advertising I did, right? And the reason this is different because in the past, I've only worked with people who wanted to build their online fitness businesses, right? I've helped other people in other industries, but this program is going to be called the Influencer Domination Accelerator. All right. It's going to launch in the beginning of the year, right? And I'm actually going to be working with the people, right? I'm going to show you exactly what to do. I'm going to give you all the games. There's a lot to learn when it comes to social media and a lot of stuff that I just feel like a lot of people don't know. All right. And I'm gonna show you how to grow it. I'm gonna be able to review your content, your social media. Right. I'm gonna be working with the people. Right. You don't want to miss out on that. It's the first link in the description. Click that link, put your contact information in there so you'll be on the VIP list. This way you won't miss it. Join the VIP list now for the Influencer Domination Accelerator. If you're serious about building your social media presence, having that kind of leverage. If you went through baller mindset, that was one of the forms of leverage, media, right? This is going to be a big deal. All right. Click that link. All right. And it's going to be super affordable, actually, for the people who get in, right? Because it's only going to be open for a limited time. So you don't want to miss it. Get on the list. All right. Yo, we got a sponsor for this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Very curious.
This episode 186 of the Victory Talk podcast is sponsored by, 68. I had dyslexia, and that was dyslexia working in real time. Like, it's not a joke when I say that. Like, dyslexia, sometimes we read things or say things or a lot of times write things out of order. That's what just happened, man. I hit you with the reverse, man. But it's really episode 168. All right. Anyway, boom. Sponsored by Thot Repellent. Thot Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away. Now, you broke motherfuckers don't need this. Y'all don't need this. But once you've been watching a lot of the Victory Talk podcast, once you join our free Discord, the Victory Unit, you got the free courses I get in there to show you. I got a free course on Baller Mindset course. That shit is fire. I got a free course. Fat loss course called Direct Hit. I used to sell that shit for $200. Now it's free in the Discord for the Victinators, in the Victory Unit Discord. Once you get your and me and the homie Young Candlestick are in there giving y'all stock tips and advice all the time, right? Once you join the Victory Unit, you start building your money muscle mindset. You won't be like them losers. You'll be like, how do I get girls? How do I get Riz? Nah, man. Your problem is gonna be too many hoes. No, you're gonna be like, no más chicas, por favor. No más culo para mí, por favor. You know what I'm saying? Too much. Damn, too much booty. Too much booty just getting thrown at you. You out here dodging hoes. You know, gotta get the bob and weave. That's why we put together Thot Repellent for y'all. Right? So this is an easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away. You spray this on yourself, and the good women, they won't be affected. But it's been genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of thots, sluts, hoes, stank hoes, which is the worst kind, Jezebels, skeezers, skanks, and hood rats. Right? Their DNA, when one of them get around you, they won't be able to penetrate the radius that you have around yourself. Right? All your super chats go towards development of Thot Repellent. We should have pre-orders ready by the holiday season. Right? If they're not ready, if pre-orders are not ready, then I want y'all all to blame yourselves for not leaving enough super chats for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think somebody there's already been one hero who contributed it. What's up?
It's James or $2. Recommend honey pack or blue chew. Any health risk?
I don't know much about the honey packs, man. All right. But blue chew, yo, listen, check this out, man. Blue chew is either Celsius or Viagra. And here's the thing. I've been taking that shit for like, I want to say 8 years, right? Not because I have erectile dysfunction, because it actually helps you build muscle, right? No bullshit. There's studies that show that it helps you build muscle because it's a vasodilator, right? So when you get like nitric oxide, so once you get it's basically you get a bigger pump in the gym because it increases blood flow. Now you don't have to work you don't have to worry about getting like randomly aroused. It doesn't work like that. You have to be aroused to get an erection, you know, but it just increases blood flow. So I've been taking that shit for years. Cialis, man, once a day, you know, get that shit. So I think you should take it just for medicinal benefits, not even just for the hoes. Now, however, if you don't have erectile dysfunction and you take some of that shit, look, it's made for motherfuckers with problems. Initially, that was his initial, right? But if you don't have a problem, now it's a performance enhancement. It's gonna take it to the next level. It's gonna take it to the next level, man. If you ain't had sexual intercourse while on some Viagra and or Cialis, you basically a virgin. Because it's gonna take it to the experience to the next level for everyone. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So yeah, I take it, but I take it for. I started taking it initially just because it helps you build muscle. Hold on, real quick. I know y'all here to learn about Tate. We're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I just want to give proof for this. Yeah. So check out. You can show my screen. Right. So man, here's a study, National Institute of Health. This is basically Viagra increases muscle and protein synthesis and reduces muscle fatigue. So this is like a real study. You know what I'm saying? Like this, and there's lots of studies. This is just the first one out. Like it straight up helps you build muscle. And I've been taking this shit for like 8 years. You know, go check it out in your own time. All right. Anyway, listen, we're here to talk about. That was some free game. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get bigger. Pause. Your muscles will get bigger. But then when it's that time, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is, man. All right. Again, all your super chats go towards research and develop, goes for the development of thought repellent. And here's the thing: if the guys we were about to talk about today, if they had some thought repellent, they wouldn't be in this position. We're gonna talk about the Tate brothers and Jay-Z. We're gonna talk about them. It's real talk. We're gonna real. Let's talk about it. There have been some new updates in the case against the homies, Andrew and Tristan Tate. Those of y'all know I've known Andrew and Tristan since about 2018, before they was famous. Back when I was more famous than them. I am not now. Back when I had more money than them. I definitely do not now. All right. But they are doing great. I mean, I'm sorry. No, they're not doing great. All right. But again, they caught that case, which I believe is a miscarriage of justice. I believe they're innocent. Here's some updates on the case. All right. So the prosecutors, the Romania Appeals Court ruled that the human trafficking case cannot proceed in its current form due to procedural and legal irregularities. Right. So basically key evidence, including testimony from the alleged victims and statements from the Tates, have been deemed inadmissible. Right. So the court basically says that there's flaws in the indictment. Right. Such as inadequate explanations of the charges and unclear details about asset. And basically just unclear details about the case, right? And they're also saying that a lot of the so-called evidence was accumulated illegally. Let's bring up some of these. Bring something up. Oh, that's not what I wanted to bring up, but. Oh, you know what? I should, give me a second, guys. I got to open this shit in Safari because that's where I got all the ad blocker shit. Sorry. This is why a lot of people don't do this shit live. Hold up. What? That's not what I'm looking for. What the fuck, man? Hold on, give me a second. I'm having difficulty finding exactly what I was looking for. All right, here we go. So this is basically like a few hours ago. Come on, we're waiting for fucking the computer. Now my computer froze. Oh, what? The Matrix is attacking the computer. All right, basically, cool. So a Romanian court says that the Andrew Tate's case cannot go to trial because of missteps by the prosecutors, right? Basically, all right, you can take it off there. Right. So, but it's not dismissed. That's the only thing. It's not dismissed. Andrew's, again, like we talked about last time, Andrew seems a lot more optimistic than I am. I'm because the court still has some time to get their shit together and to get their shit together and amend the charges, right? Or the case will be dropped, right? But even if the case is dropped, though, the Tate still may face extradition. The Tate still may face extradition to the UK for separate charges. So there's like mad more cases. It's mad more cases, right? And so here are a few potential outcomes, right? If the Romanian charges are dismissed, the Tates will likely be extradited to the UK to face allegations of SA and human trafficking from 2012 to 2015. Motherfuckers always bringing up old shit, man. You know, I got arrested in 2012. But it was because my boy Brian, he hit me up on New Year's Eve and he was like, yo, man, I need your help. I bought all these 2013 sunglasses and I need you to help me sell them in Times Square. And I was like, all right, the homie needs my help. And but we didn't realize you needed a permit. And we got arrested for that. We spent the night in jail. We were released. All charges were dropped. It was a miscarriage of justice. Just like this case here. Same thing, man. I feel you. Listen, we're basically, I feel you. They tried to catch me up in 2012 for some bullshit too, right? The Tate still deny all charges and maintain all their innocence. Now, check this out. Tate went on, I don't know where he posted this. Maybe he posted this shit on Truth Social or what's the other shit? Renegade Social. What's the name of the shit? Rumble, right? I was like, what's the shit called? Renegade, fucking Ramble. Nah, it's Rumble. All right. Fuck. Let me see if they let me watch.
You should. I mean, it's playing.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna. How come it's not playing? Oh. All right.
There's no evidence of crimes. None of this makes sense. They print an indictment with thousands of pieces of paper.
Should I restart
it? Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't
right,
add up to a crime.
Right.
They falsified evidence.
Take it off.
The whole.
See if it works. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Better than a not guilty verdict, a judge has decided there's not enough evidence to even send this to trial. There's no evidence of crimes. None of this makes sense. They print an indictment with thousands of pieces of paper, which doesn't mean anything. It doesn't add up to a crime. They falsified evidence. The whole thing is garbage. The case is now officially dismissed.
No. At least that's what I read. It's not officially dismissed yet. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. But Tate seemed a lot more confident than me. What I read, let's go back to, and you know, this may just be the fake news, man, Matrix fake news lying, right? However, oh, let me open it in Safari, my fault. Oh, all right. Okay. Because it's get the fuck out of here. I'm not paying for this shit. All right, you can put it on. I'm looking for the part I read. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, from what I read, it wasn't initially dismissed. This just happened like hours ago, guys. Yeah, we got to get into the other shit because UK seized their assets. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah, I'm having difficulty finding it because what I see can't go to trial because of missteps with prosecutors, but 1 2 years ago. I'm trying to hold up. Oh no, you can take it off here. Because what I saw was the case is not 100% dismissed. I just want to be clear. I want to make sure I'm giving the right reporting. All right. Let me just read through this quickly. I'm at the BBC article. Sure. Oh, they say I just passed it. What did I miss? Sorry, let me start over. Yeah. Okay, can that proceed in its current form, right? What are you saying? Yeah, okay. It's the second time the court returned the case of the prosecutors who now have 5 days. Yeah. They still got 5 days, right? This should happen before, like in November, but now it looks like they're giving the court another chance. All right, let's go back to what Tate said. So I just wanted to make sure, because it's not officially dismissed, but Andrew said this last time, and that's the homie and shit, but he's more optimistic than I am. But let's go back to Andrew.
But if there's no evidence to take me to trial, this begs a very pertinent question. There was never any evidence to put me in jail. There was never any evidence to raid my house 5 times. There was never any evidence to keep me travel banned.
Listen, I'd be pissed too, and I'd be talking my shit, right? But it seems as if it's not officially over yet.
3 years. There was never any evidence to stop me seeing my children. There was never any evidence to stop me seeing my mother when she had a heart attack. There was never any evidence to steal all of my cars and all of my money and all of my wealth. There was never any evidence for the media, which were very complicit, to try their very best to slander me, to bother my mother after she had an operation, trying to make her cry, to make my children sad, to make the women around me sad.
It's not dismissed, though. And I wish it was, right? Again, this is the homie, right? But it seems like the judge gave the prosecutors an additional 5 days to get their fucking shit together, right? But, it stands to reason, man, if they haven't been able to get their shit together in the last 3 years or so, how are they going to fix it in 5 days?
This is not just about my brother and I. We're tough guys. Every single person who loves us has suffered, and there's never been any evidence in the first place, like we've been telling you for 3 solid years. We've been telling you this for...
Move my head to the other side, because when I look at the thing, it looks weird.
3 solid years. This is a bittersweet day. I'm happy because finally an honest judge did the right thing and threw this case out. I am happy because I got to enjoy this perilous path with the person I love the most on the planet, which is my brother, Tristan Tate. He is the best brother on the planet.
Shout out to Tristan. Shout out to the homie. You know what I'm saying? You can't move me to the other corner? Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Thanks.
And when we shook hands, irregardless of the circumstance, even when we were sitting in a jail cell together, we only laughed and smiled. We are ready to die.
When me and Brian got arrested, man, for them sunglasses, we was laughing and smiling too. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And I'm gonna tell that story one day because it's hilarious. But every time somebody came in, it was like, yo, what you in for, man? They took us down to Rikers Island for this shit too. Every time somebody, hey, what y'all in for? I'd be like, murder. Then Brian would die laughing. Yeah. But our charges weren't as serious as this. Okay.
We have been since the moment we were born. And there's no better feeling on earth than knowing you have a brother who's ready to die beside you. We are the type of men who will charge at the gunfire after a quick nod of heads. We don't care. We were ready for 20 years in Rehoboth. We knew this was a setup. We knew this was a matrix attack. We didn't expect justice at any point during this, but we fought tooth and nail. My legal team and everyone around me said, Andrew, just be quiet. If you're quiet, you can make it go away.
Yeah, I would have advised that too. Just shut up. Like, just be cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying give in or admit defeat. But, for me, I always feel like, you never want to get what they call it in football. You don't want to give the other team locker room material, Anyway, but Andrew's a different kind of guy,
Don't make a big noise about it. Maybe we can do a deal behind the shadows. And I said, no.
I wouldn't have did no deal either. You got to clear your name. So that's right. I would not have been trying to fucking make no deal over that shit to admit defeat. No, sir.
Father did not raise me to have the Tate name tarnished by liars and corrupt actors.
That makes sense because his father's from the south side of Chicago, like me. You heard? So yeah, that's not what we do, man.
I will fight tooth and nail from the absolute day I was first accused until the last day they throw me in jail. And from there, I will continue to fight. I'm an innocent man. I've done nothing wrong. I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to do a deal. I'm not going to lay down. I'm going to fight this absolutely tooth and nail. And everybody told me you can't.
This man's a good speaker, man. I feel like he sounded like Martin Luther King right now.
Can't beat the system. If you make too big a deal of this, you are going to go to jail. And I said, I will go to jail for 20 years happily if everybody knows I am innocent. If everybody knows I've done nothing wrong, I'll suffer in jail. But I will not let people lie and slander the last name Tate when we've done nothing wrong.
I feel that. Never admit defeat. You know, like guys, if you get accused of some bullshit, like especially some so fucking evil like this, R word, assault, trafficking, always fight that shit, because it's like the worst thing you can accuse a man of, right? You're better off being accused of like murdering somebody than doing the R word, right? Because I don't know if y'all know a lot about prison, but they fuck up people who commit those kind of crimes in prison, right? They're like the worst among us. Don't fuck with people who do the R word. Right. So you never fucking admit you did that shit. I mean, I'm not saying, no, let me rephrase that. you always, you know what I'm saying? How do I put this? You always fight to clear your name. If you get falsely accused of some bullshit, if you get caught falsely accused of this type of shit, you do not make no deals. You fight this shit because it is the worst thing a man can be accused of.
There is no such thing as light without dark. The light that radiates from the beautiful brotherhood I share with Tristan must be balanced. And the balance to that dark are nightmares, which I've suffered ever since I was put inside of that jail cell. I still wake up at night looking for cockroaches inside of my blankets. I still smell that jail. I didn't go to jail in England. I didn't go to jail in fucking America. I went to jail in Romania. I was thrown in an Eastern European prison. Do you have any idea the conditions in an Eastern European jail?
I do not. The second time I was arrested was for a fight in Austin, Texas. And I was in that motherfucking, man. And that shit was fucking calm. That shit was cool. They had us all in the holding cell chilling, and they was playing videos. Yo, so they was doing some psychological shit. They was making us watch videos about people getting R-worded in jail. In like prison, like that's what the video is about. What to do if you were the victim of the R word in a prison? Like it was psychological shit. But I remember like laughing at that shit. Anyway, what he went through was way worse. Let's go.
And there was never any evidence for me to be there in the fucking first place. I think God is giving me these nightmares to ensure that my wounds stay fresh. Because it would be very easy for me now that the first case has been thrown out.
One thing about Tate is this motherfucker was made for this influencer shit. Like there's music in this video. Like there's like good lighting. Like listen to the background music. Like he's planning this shit.
The second case will follow quickly. Within a few weeks, we'll be back on private jets, back in our Bugattis, back on yachts, living a good life. We could just ignore all this, live and let live, make it all go away. No big deal. We were found innocent. But I still can't sleep.
Man, he's way more optimistic than me. They still got 5 days, right? And then even then, he still has to face extradition to the UK, where there's separate charges against him, and there's some shit going on with the taxes in UK that we're gonna get into later, man. But you know, I hope it all gets dismissed. Obviously, you know, that's the homie.
So why would God still be keeping me awake at night unless he wants my wounds to still hurt? Unless he understands that innocent men being told they're innocent isn't justice. Justice is when liars. Justice is when corrupt actors. Justice is when complicit media outlets. Justice is when people who have tried their very best to put an innocent man in jail purely because they don't like what he says. Not because he's guilty, because they don't like what he says. They had no interest in the truth. They just wanted me to be guilty because they didn't like me.
I believe that. I believe that. You know, listen, there's a lot of this shit, man, because I remember back in the streets, I've heard stories about when maybe somebody had a rival and they would send women to either set them up, right? Or I knew this. I probably shouldn't tell this story. Yeah, but a lot of times when they want to get you, some people, it was not just straight violence, or it's not aggressive, it's covert shit where they use women to bring down powerful men. It's like it's an old move.
Justice is when they feel the full weight of the law. And perhaps he has enacted me, chosen me as his soldier because I am 38 years old. I have 35 more years to live. I have unlimited resource. I can't sleep. I'm petty. And I can ensure that everybody who has ever said my name in a negative light regrets the day they were chasing the attention and chasing the likes on Twitter, because it's not going to be worth it. I have done nothing wrong. Hundreds of millions of dollars of compensation are going to flow my way. And it's not about the money. It's about making people understand that just because
hundreds of millions of compensation is going to flow his way. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting turn of event if he was able to pull the Uno reverse card on him.
Because you do not like somebody, just because you do not like the words they say, just because they said some stupid things on the internet 10 years ago, just because they offend you with their jokes, does not mean they should be locked up innocently. All people, including my enemies, deserve a fair trial and deserve freedom if they are innocent.
People do get mad over jokes. Like sometimes you be like a lot of shit he was saying was in jest, you know. And I noticed too, man. I made a video about having like black Santa Clauses, and like people got super mad, right? I digress. Let's continue.
But my enemies are not innocent, and my enemies are never going to apologize. Never going to apologize to my mother. Never going to apologize to my children. Never going to apologize to the people around me who have suffered even more than my brother and I. But they will pay. Because as I said after my first cancellation, it was a fair warning because I am a fair man. I do not hit people without telling them I will hit them first. My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. The counterattack has been long planned. It's quite interesting how much time you have to think and be creative inside of a Romanian dungeon. And now, finally, as the dominoes start to fall, as the house of cards of lies is collapsing.
I'm not laughing at Tate. I'm just laughing at the music. Like, this is well produced.
In real time, the counterattack comes closer and closer to fruition. My brother and I have always been innocent. We were attacked because of our monumental fame and the work we were doing at the time to break the matrix. The reason Trump is in office, the reason everyone's now based in telling the truth, the reason the masculine youth are rejecting the programming, the reason all of these things are happening was by no small part down to my brother and I personally. It's not just us, but we were part of the entire culture war. They tried to get rid of us. They tried to make us suffer. And I promise you, now that the war has been won, and now that my final paperwork is being stamped before I am released, the people who have done this, who have tried.
Yeah, but even if the case is dropped, we still got those UK charges, right? So this is far from over. This is far from over. Even if this case does get dropped, and I hope it does, I pray it does, we still got to deal with those UK charges. And I hope those are dropped as well, man. You know, we praying for the brother. Hold on, let me finish this.
Tried to make us suffer injustice purely because we were trying to do the right thing or going to pay the price.
That was well produced, right? And he spoke strongly. And yeah, but there's some things like he's way more. Maybe he knows more things are going on than I do, right? But he's way more confident than I am. Like I wish I could be this as confident as he is about this. But he has more. He has more insight on this than I do, right? You know. And I haven't talked to Tate recently. He's been more difficult to get in touch with over the last few years. But anyway, so where we stands now is even if this case is dismissed, they are going to face additional charges of SA and human trafficking in the UK, right? Pending the conclusion of this Romanian case, right? And however, there was also another investigation, right? So like there was something that happened recently. The UK, they're not playing around. Let me see. I'll bring up something else that happened recently. Oh, I got it right here. Wait. Sorry. Oh, did I not paste it? Fuck. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Because we got to talk about something else that's happening in this case. Well, not this case. Another case. Something happened yesterday. Find it real quick. All right. So we'll bring it up the one from from AP. Oh, I got to put this in Safari, man. It's so many ads. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right. So the UK, this happened yesterday, right? UK seized $3 million over a tax dispute. You know, British, man, they went and got him. So basically, the court ruled, it was yesterday, that the police can seize more than 2.6 million pounds, which is $3.3 million, to cover years of unpaid taxes from Andrew and Tristan, right? Let me skip. I want to see, because it's on like how much money? Something like $20 million of unpaid, of income of like $20 million, right? No, here we go. What? I didn't have time to read this one. Right. But anyway, yeah, they just seized $3 million from them. You know, I don't know what UK taxes are like, so I'm not really quite confident how much money they made, but probably a lot. Oh, yeah, here we go. Right. Boom. Police say that several tax evaders, basically, it was 21 million pounds in revenue from their online businesses. $21 million, you know what I'm saying? Including War Room, Hustlers University, Cobra Tate, and OnlyFans between 2014 and 2022. You know, it's about 8 years, made about $21 million. It's not, you know, it's not a lot of money, but you know, you can live off it. You can't live off of it, but it's a start, you know. Nah, that's a good amount of money for them to make. And this is kind of before they really blew up? When did he really blow up? What year was that? Oh, because 2022 is when he went to jail, right? 2024. Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, listen, one thing about taxes, no matter where you at, they're going to come get that money. They're going to get that money. All right, these motherfuckers are in Romania and they still couldn't get rid of the taxes. I would always think that, why do you go to Romania instead of Dubai? Oh, I know why. Right? Because he was doing, I don't think you can do, because they did have OnlyFans shit. You can't do that shit in Dubai. Nima, you're from the Middle East. Mm-hmm. Can you have an OnlyFans business in Dubai?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They're probably gonna
behead you. Like, you can't even curse in the street in Dubai.
You cannot even have sex with someone without officially like being like a family, like married.
Oh, really? It's illegal to have
if the country is ruled with like the Islam as a religion.
Yeah,
that's what you get. You can't even. It's pretty strict.
It makes sense. Makes sense to not be in Dubai, because he had all types of other charges, man. He curses a lot. You can't even curse in the street in Dubai.
Even getting alcohol in some of the like Middle Eastern countries, like you cannot even they don't have a bar. You cannot even just go have alcoholic drinks.
That's wholesome. Yeah, nah, it makes sense why he didn't go to Dubai. He could have evaded those taxes. Because people always ask me, Brandon, why come you don't go to Dubai like the other influence? Because America doesn't have that shit. If you go to Dubai, you still got to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? And you got to live in the desert. And you can't curse. So, fuck that. Fuck that. I like to curse and have sex out of wedlock. so USA. Anyway, yeah, man. So we praying for the Tates. The shit is not over, right? But they still got some shit to do. You know, they're doing great. I'm sorry, they made some progress, but it's not over. Even this Romanian case is not over, and even if this one does get dismissed, which I'm praying it does, he still has to face the UK shit. He still looks. I don't know if the tax shit is over because they took the 3 mil. Because I know New York State. That's why I got out of New York State. They just took some taxes from me. And like, all right, we're square. Like I just woke up one day and a bunch of money was gone. I didn't pay. So they went and just took it, you know. So maybe it's like that. Maybe they don't have to worry about this tax shit in the UK anymore, but they still got to worry about the charges. You know, here's the thing though. I want to remember he made 20. Look what he did. $20 million revenue from his online businesses, including War Room, Hustlers University, Cobra Tate. Okay, right. Here's the thing though, man. He was able to do that because of social media. Right, he grew a huge social media following. Right, he got super popular. Right, you know, and I get it because I built my businesses off the back of my social media following. Right, if you guys want to learn how to grow your social media, right, if you take it to the next level, really explode it, man. I'm going to be working with some people, taking them by the hand and showing them exactly, working with them, showing them how to grow their social media in a program we're calling Influencer Domination Accelerator. Right, it's going to launch at the beginning of the year. All right, you don't want to miss out on this. It's going to be super affordable. Click the link in the description. It's going to be the first link. Click that link, right, and register for the VIP notification list. Right, this way you won't miss it when it comes out. Because if you really want to make some money, the way to make money is online. Right, they make $22 million off their online businesses. I made millions off my online businesses. Online, there's no such thing as a business I don't even think there's a such thing as an online business anymore. I think all businesses are online. Right. If you want to buy something, you Google it. Right. If you want to date someone, you Google her. We out here Googling hoes. You know, hoes is Googling you. Right. Your online presence is huge leverage. And I think the Tates are a great example of that. Make sure you register for that. All right. Let's get it. Oh, and it's not going to be for people who want to. It's not going to be just for people who want to start fitness businesses. Right. That's what because in the past, I've only helped people who wanted to build a fitness business. It's going to be for anybody trying to grow their following, take it to the next level, explode their social media. All right. Hey, you want to get some more money? Yo, all right. So in a minute, we're going to talk about the new developments in Jay-Z, in the Jay-Z case, because this shit is fucking crazy what I'm going to show you in the Jay-Z case. Right. But we got to talk about the market because the market was acting fucking crazy yesterday. Insane. We got the homie Young Candlestick to come help us make sense of it. You're Young Candlestick. What it do?
What's up, Brandon? What's up, Victinators?
What up, man?
In today's market update, we're going to talk about how to stay safe in this wild market.
It's crazy. Yesterday, what happened yesterday, man?
Oh, we're going to talk about it. Right now, extreme fear is driving the markets, and we need to talk about it. So
didn't I say that was a rising wedge, Greg?
Brandon
on Tuesday.
Brandon said it's a bearish rising wedge. I said yes. It just needs to confirm by breaking the trend line.
You did.
Breaking underneath 600. But Brandon called it first.
I knew it.
First one. So on Tuesday, I was talking about how the Federal Reserve was going to be making their interest rate announcement. It was expected that they were going to cut by 25 basis points. They did exactly what was expected, and the market got fucking shat on. Like it got destroyed. And this didn't happen throughout the entire day. It only happened within like the last 2 hours. And this was a drop that was it was a drop that happens once in every 4 years. I was live, you know, because I've been doing the thing where I go live and I let people call in. Yeah.
And I was on that, and then somebody tell you see the market. I was like, nah. And I was like, oh shit.
It happened so swiftly. I was actually trading live in the Victory Unit Discord for everybody. And most of the time, the FOMC meeting hasn't been moving very much. It's only been moving like 0.5%, maybe 1%. The market was only pricing in about a 0.5% move. But since the market did like 4 or 5 times that, it was a 6 sigma move, which means put options pay during that time. And it's tricky because this is what we call a rug pull, because it's tough to manage and adjust all your swing trades during this time. But if you're a good futures day trader and you're day trading futures, it was a really good day trading. I did take a hit on the swings, but the day trades made good money. So now let's talk about what can happen next. So we broke underneath SPY 600. That was kind of like the line in the sand. As long as SPY is underneath 600, it's likely going to be in a bearish downtrend. So we have a big bearish bar on an increase in volume. Today, we have a little bit of continuation. The futures markets are gapping down /ES by 0.3%. So we could be seeing a gap down tomorrow. So in times like this, you need to know how to protect yourself. You can get into cash. You can short the market. You can buy inverse ETFs. And we're going to cover some of that. So we want to take a look at what is the VIX index doing. So this is the
tell them what the VIX is. They don't know about no VIX.
Yeah. So
they don't know shit about the VIX, man. Let them know, young candlestick.
The VIX is the volatility of fear index. Basically, this goes up when our ranges start to expand. When the VIX is really low, that's just where the market's kind of just chopping and grinding higher. When the VIX starts to spike like this, that's where you can see big sell-offs in the market. Our volatility is expanding. Option prices tend to go up. So it's more expensive to buy options. And it's for a good reason, because the market makers are like, crap, we don't know the range at which we're going to stay at. So we need to price that in to the option market. The VIX, the volatility and fear index, went up 118% from its lows. That's wild. And if you see the VIX continue to break out, you can start to see the SPY really start to get out of hand. Like you can see SPY start to just like have even bigger red bars to the downside. And this can happen when markets get carried away. It's been in an uptrend and just green every day. You know, Brandon and I in our morning lives, we were just saying, oh, another day, market's at a new all-time high.
Yeah, I guess we just buy. Well, yeah. You just gotta know. So we got the Victory Unit is free, right? I got free advice. It's free Discord. We give free advice. I got free courses in there, and Greg's in there getting free stock tips. But we have something called Victory Trades, where you get Greg's live updates on the market. You know, basically his trade alerts, where he tells you, what he's buying and what he's selling, right? And also you can trade with us in the morning. Yep. Right. So we trade together in the morning. I'm there most mornings. Greg's there every morning. But it's just been like fucking red days. I mean, green days every day until it does. Until this morning. This is the first red morning, right? In a while.
The market likes to condition people. So they get people used to buying the dip. They get lulled to sleep. They're used to seeing stocks green every single day. Cryptocurrencies are going off. And people forget that there are actual risks when it comes to the market. Otherwise, you just have your money in the bank account. You could just put all your money into the stock market instead of having it sit into a bank account. So you need to be reminded that there is risk in the market. And our number one job as traders and investors is protect the downside.
Protect the downside.
Be a risk manager. And there are different ways that you can do that. So earlier I was talking about the VIX. You can actually go ahead and buy VIX call options. They're going to cost $200, $300, $400 to get at the money. But basically, if you buy those call options, you get to profit as the market sells off and as volatility increases. So that's one thing.
If y'all don't know what VIX call option is or anything like that, just make sure you join our Discord, man. It's free Discord. Learn how to get this money. The Victory Unit Discord.
And let's say you don't even trade options. You could just buy shares of triple levered UVXY. Now, again, this is going to have a ton of risk. But look, this goes from $19 a share all the way up to $29. And so, that's a 50% gain. Is there an opposite of that? There is. I don't know it off the top of my head. I'm sure
you can just short that.
Yeah. You could short that. You could buy VIX puts, but that's pretty much similar to just going long the market. That means similar to just buying spots.
Exactly. Yeah. So you might as well just go long. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways that you can profit from the market dropping. You can buy SQQQ. This goes up 3 times the amount that the NASDAQ goes down. So this goes up 3%.
SQQQ
goes down 1%. So as you can see, this has been spiking lately. In the past 2 days, it's up 14%.
When I did that short in 2022, it was 2023. It was 2023 when I did that big short on SDS. What was it SDS?
It was 2022. You crushed it. You got trade of the year, Brandon.
Yeah.
Basically, Brandon got paid to get into his short trade by selling cash secured puts on SQQQ. So he's basically shorting the market up here, and then he got called.
We did SDS.
You did SDS and SQQQ.
Oh, right? You're right. I did. I was doing both of them.
Trades in there.
I was doing them both.
Yeah. You were going hard. So yeah, SDS, SQQQ, these all go up when the market goes down. But basically, you can use these hedges to stabilize a portfolio during a downdraft. So let's say that you buy this SDS. This goes up when the SPY goes down. It's
like a double leverage, right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's say you do that and the market does sell off. What's super cool about that is you get a profit on this trade. You can take profits on your hedge, and then you have cash to buy the dip on the market at good prices. That's why you don't want to be fully invested long at the top. That's why you want to be fully invested after a big sell-off, after a big crash. That's the best time for lump investments. Otherwise, if you don't want to try and time the market, you can just dollar cost average. You'll get a little bit on the down days. You'll get a little bit on the
just dollar cost average. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're basically going to more or less mirror the performance of the SPY, which is a really good ETF. It's a really good product. It averages 10% a year. This year, it's up like 25%, which is really, really good. And so you can dollar cost average. You can do lump sum investments after a crash. Brandon and I get asked all the time, what should I buy? When should I buy? It's like, oh, the market's kind of up there right now.
It's kind of, it's overextended, you know?
And it's been that way for quite a bit of time. So what's cool about this sell-off is that if it can sell off a little bit more, I do think the market can sell more, maybe even another 3, 4, 5, 6%, maybe 5%, I think is the worst that this sell-off can get.
Yeah, because we're still in an uptrend.
Yeah, the longer term trends are still up, but the shorter term trends are down. So
also you think it's going to like hit like the 200-day moving average, like around
there? I think the 200-day moving average would be a fantastic buy point. That's not financial advice. That's just what I'm going to be buying. And so that's something to consider. Now I want to talk about and there's other different hedges that you can do. Like if we take a look at IWM, I'm going to actually move over to this chart over here. IWM, we talked about how as long as it can hold this 226 level, it's bullish. IWM rallied 8% since that level. And then if you guys are following like my YouTube channel or something like in the Discord, I noted that IWM puts can be like a play, a trade. And there you go. IWM puts.
Yo, hold up. I want to put up something. Remember I had let's put up that super chat from Marquez. Yeah. He said the Hawk Tua coin was a sell signal. Those of y'all know I have what I call the stripper index. All right. So this is based off a movie I saw called The Big Short. And it was when it was the housing market, right? And that's when the homie, he went to a strip club and he was talking to strippers about and these strippers were talking about buying a bunch of homes. They was buying a bunch of homes. Why, and he was like, oh shit, we're in a bubble. These hoes don't know shit about this shit. And they out here and they doing that's how we in a bubble. And I noticed right before I took that short in the market, I remember that's when like OnlyFans hoes was coming out with stock tips. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about motherfucking non-fungible coins. You know what I'm saying? That's how I knew, man. That's how I knew. Oh, nope, the market's about to drop. And the Hawk Tua shit, that was a sales signal, man. That was a legit salesman. I feel you, man. It fits right into my stripper index.
Yeah.
When stripper interest is high, that means we're at a peak.
The Hawk Tua girl that whole thing is like crazy because she launched that coin, she pumped it, and then they took a bunch of money. She's like, I don't know anything about it.
Millions.
Like, what are you doing making a coin? And also, who are the people buying that? Like, what kind of financial decisions are being made? I digress. The IWM, as long as it's underneath 226.50, this is bearish. This is a bearish leading indicator. And the way that you can potentially profit from the IWM dropping is you could wheel TZA. This goes up 3 times when IWM goes down. So IWM down 1%, TZA goes up 3%, and then vice versa. So that's something to consider. And obviously you can do SPXS. That's a cheaper price point. And what the whole goal of these products is to stabilize a portfolio. You don't just always want to just be buying these because look, they tend to downtrend because the market tends to uptrend. But there can be those pockets of volatility where there are breakouts. So what should we be looking at? What should we be buying when the market is weak? Where are the safe havens? Where should we place our money?
Yeah.
I still like Google, even during the sell-off. Though I do think the sell-off probably will continue, and it could get even nasty. I think Google is a buy. If your time horizon is long enough, I think it's a buy right now. But if you're a shorter-term trader, you could look at 183.64 and even something like 175. I don't even think Google gets underneath 160, maybe even ever again. Unless
really? You don't think it's going to hit the 200, or maybe when the 200 is way higher than it is now, huh?
It might, because Google probably digests its gains a bit sideways. Google has really good free cash flow. It's got a strong economic moat. It's still
and they coming out with some dope shit, bro. Like they came out. They just recently came out with their version of Sora. Right, Nima, you might have seen this shit. You know, they came out because you fuck with video shit. It's their video shit, and it's better than the OpenAI video shit. That's what MKBHD said. He said it's better, and you know, that's who I get my fucking tech shit from, man. And they coming out with some. The Meta Ray-Ban glasses are lit. They're fucking dope. I be taking pictures in them videos with them. Yes, they're dope, but Google's coming out with some fucking better ones.
So they have they have a diverse product line. They own YouTube. Think of all the super chat revenue that they get. Like they're probably racking it in, and you can participate in that by investing in Google. And you can do it just through Google shares. I like also buying GOOY, GOOY. This is
that's the income shit. That's when it gets the dividend.
Yep, it's the income version of Google. So you do sacrifice a bit of growth, but you do get monthly income from this. So it looks like the chart's in a downtrend, but every time it pays out the dividend, the stock drops by that amount. And what's cool about that is it hits your account and it's just as cash. You can do whatever you want with it. You can reinvest it. You can trade with it. You can put it into your bank account. Do whatever you want. So I like GOOY shares. I like dollar cost averaging into Google. Another one, I don't own this one. I don't own Visa, but I am looking at Visa. Did you know that they get a portion of like a commission off of each swipe? So every time somebody uses a Visa card, boom, they get a commission of that. That's their business model. That's a risk-free business model.
When you say Google, do you mean Class A or Class C or what?
I believe it's Class A, GOOGL. I just like it better because the options are a little bit better. There's not too much difference. The only difference usually is voting rights. But the options are not as liquid on GOOG. Okay? So you can trade bullish put credit spreads. You could sell cash secured puts. That's a trade idea.
Okay.
Another one that I've been talking about for a while, and Nima and I were texting each other just a few hours ago, and we were talking about Nike earnings. And I said Nike earnings, you can potentially hold it through, but that was before the market was really getting all crazy because things changed on a dime yesterday with the FOMC. You got to be really, really cautious in this market environment. But Nike reported earnings, stock shot up about 9%. We were texting each other. I was like, Nima's like, should I hold? Should I buy? Like, what should I do? I said, if you're a trader, sell it now. And that's when Nike was at about 85. If you're an investor, you can probably hold. But Nike's fair value is $117 a share. And that's still about, 50% upside on a blue chip stock. Nike probably sells with the market. But once the market's done selling, I do think Nike can be picked up. It pays a dividend. It's beneath fair value. On a risk-adjusted basis, it's not likely going to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
And also Nike signing deals with the NFL. So that's something to consider. And then one last thing that you can do is you can park your money in fixed income investments. This is the utility sector, XLU. It pays about 3.3% a year. And it is getting a bit oversold. So if XLU could maybe come into like 72, that could be an area to pick up shares if you're just looking for stable income. And then also SCHD. This is the Schwab High Dividend ETF. And this is getting really oversold. If this comes down like 1 or 2 more days, you can probably start like averaging into it and then see if you can't get a bounce. And even then you get paid a dividend to hold on to it. But now it's finally coming into a price where it's actually a decent deal.
All right.
Do you have any stocks? Cool. Are there any super
I think
chats?
you got some super chats.
Let's check it out. I'm excited.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I got one. What do you think is going to outperform this year? SPY? Oh, no. Before we get into this question, let's talk about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. We didn't even bring that up. Bitcoin, I said underneath 100,000 is bearish. As long as it's above 100K, it's bullish. Bitcoin is selling off.
Yeah, it's at 196 right now.
Yeah, it's at 97,000 per coin right now. So Bitcoin is a great barometer of risk on versus risk off. What does that mean? Risk on means we want to put our money to work. We want to get higher rates of return. Risk off means, hey, we need to dial it back. Let's raise some cash. Let's make sure we have extra savings in our bank account. Bitcoin right now is signaling risk off, and sometimes it can sell much harder than the rest of the market. So it's super extended too, right? Like it's so far from the 21-day. I mean, the 200-day moving average. Is just and there's I see a divergence on the MACD. If you pull up your MACD, yeah, I mean. There are going to be a lot of different momentum indicators that are going to show divergences. And yeah, it can't just go up forever. Like it's been on a great run. Like if you've been in Bitcoin, you're crushing it. RSI makes a lower high. That just means this rally may get sold into. If it breaks through that higher high, then, Bitcoin can continue its uptrend. MACD, you can take a look at like the peaks of the histogram.
Oh, maybe I'm tripping.
I don't see it too much there, but that doesn't mean it's not like bearish. Whenever you make a higher high and don't get a lot of follow through, this is a bearish candle so far on the week. And usually this can signal more downside. Bitcoin could drop 23% and still be in a good uptrend. Yeah, that's true. It's got a lot of ways to go. So if you were trying to get into Bitcoin or add to your Bitcoin, I'd wait a little bit, man. Yeah. My buy price for a lump sum investment would be like $75,000 per. Yeah, that's exactly where I have it at. Like that's exactly where I'm at. And that's like 20% drop. Yeah, exactly. And that's nothing. That's nothing for Bitcoin. That's them rookie numbers for Bitcoin. If you wanted to short Bitcoin instead of actually shorting it, you could just buy BITI. This goes up when Bitcoin goes down. You could do something like or puts on a BITI. You could buy puts on IBIT. Those IBIT. Those are moderately liquid. So let's say you think there's going to be a crypto winter. You could go out to the March expiration, maybe look at something like buying the 54 put. Boom. That'll make a ton of money if Bitcoin does indeed drop 26%. You're going to turn probably something like $600 or $700 into $1,000 or $2,000. IBIT is the iShares ETF, right? Yep. And it has options, right? Yep. It has very liquid options. So if you're an options trader, IBIT is your way to trade Bitcoin. Yeah. My thing about Bitcoin, man, it's like I wouldn't be surprised. Like it wouldn't fucking shock. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if it went to like fucking 70. It wouldn't. Because there's a lot of support there. And you gotta think it's kind of like it went straight up. And you know what happens when shit goes straight up usually, right? Yeah, exactly. It creates thin liquidity because it doesn't establish good support levels along the way. When something like grinds up, look at this. Like right over here on the weekly, it's establishing support, establish support. Straight the fuck up. Okay, where's the support? This is the last support. And if it breaks that, it can flush hard. At around 75, I'm a buyer. Yeah, definitely. Not until then. And it depends on how it gets in there. If it creeps into the level, I don't like it. I actually do like it if it comes straight into the level. And then smashes into that. Yeah, but then if it starts to give that little bit of a curl, you can buy the right side of the curl And then if you're trading it, you can put your stop loss underneath. If you're an investor, you don't need to do stop losses. You just dollar cost average, do your lump sum, and check back in a few years.
All right, what do you think? Let me try to build a trade real quick. So IBIT. All right, just check me. Just bear with me, right? If we went trading options, let's say I wanted to sell a put at like
42 is the support.
Yeah. I don't know how much profit I'd get for that.
You would get a decent amount of premium just because there's so much time. But because of that, you're not getting that higher rate of cash flow. But you could sell the 42 strike cash secured put expiring March 21st, 2025. You get about $180 per 100 shares.
For what date did you pick?
March 21st. I think
like way out.
There are other option strategies that you can do too. I like doing back ratios, and this gets super complicated, but if you understand options, it's actually not. You can buy a put debit spread and sell a cash secured put. That way you get a ton of profits if it sells off into that zone. Like you get a ton of profits. You make money from the put debit spread and you get that cash flow from the cash secured put.
Yeah.
So I like back ratios for IBIT. I've been alerting BITX back ratios for the past few weeks. And like the light blue zone, you just make $25. The green zone, you make $300. The light blue zone, you make $350. The red zone, you make $300 up front, but the trade is short-term underwater. Now, I'm not in this trade right now, but what's cool about that is that's what you can do if you expect a sell-off, but you kind of want to own it at that support level.
Okay. I think you got super chat.
Let's check it out. Kendall, are you about to be the next Adam Thielen?
I don't know who that is.
He's a dude that tried out. He was on the Vikings practice squad, and then but then after a while, like he began to get some starting jobs because like he was just crushing it on special teams.
Yeah,
and then he was just like a beast wide receiver for a long period of time. Yeah,
okay.
He's a cool dude. Yeah, I respect somebody that moves up from the practice squad and executes, performs. You know.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, there's another
I'm
one.
down too. I may not be able to make it to the NFL Combine. You do need to be invited, and you do.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's not a bet. I would short that if it was a stock. All right. Well, what's the?
Now I just want to prove you wrong, Brandon.
The homie player lounge is up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's asking, is there any good options trading firms?
You know, I was at Jeremy's mastermind with Brandon, and I was talking to a dude, and he started the first options trading prop firm. I need to connect with him. I'll hit me up in the Discord, and I'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Cool dude.
All right. Cool. All right, great. Oh, real quick, what do you think is gonna outperform? What do you think is on the? If you had to guess, QQQ or SPY this in 2025?
Probably SPY, because you got a bit more diversity in there. You got the banks, you got the healthcare, you got utilities. On a risk adjusted basis, SPY will be better.
Yeah.
But after a good downdraft, NASDAQ tends to outperform. So you want to be long NASDAQ once the bottom is in. Okay. And that'll be confirmed with IWM, the small caps, and it'll be confirmed with the SMH. If you see the SMH just pumping upwards, NVIDIA's doing good, Intel's doing good, AMD's doing good, that's your risk on signal for NASDAQ.
All right. Sounds good, man.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, man. If you guys want to learn more about this kind of stuff, join the free Discord. I got free courses in there. Excuse me. I got free courses in there. It's lit. And if you want to trade with me and Greg live and get Greg's trade alerts, hit him up in the Discord. Say, hit up Young Candlestick. Say, yo, man, I want to join Victory Trades. It's lit. We have a lot of fun every morning. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow with the Victory Traders. All right, cool. I think there's some more super chats because we want to talk about the new developments in the Jay-Z case. But I think we got some supers.
We have King Carbs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 250, 30% body fat, but have solid muscle base, incline, bench 315, and deadlift 600. I'm considering high ticket trainer, but wonder if I should lose body fat first or start now. I have never trained anyone and feel hesitant giving advice while still fat.
I'm glad you asked that, King Carbs. So I'm going to tell you a story. So I had a friend named Steve Weatherford. Steve, and I might be dry snitching, but whatever. Steve was in the NFL. He played for the New York Football Giants back when it was good. Like he won a Super Bowl. And anyway, Steve, he said, man, I met him, I linked up with him when he retired. He was like, yo, I want to be a fitness influencer, right? And I helped him. He was launching products, and I did some JV stuff with him to help promote his shit. And then I saw that Steve had got fat. I think Steve got fat on purpose. Let me give him an iPad, right? So Steve, he got like out of shape. Now Steve was in shape, but I think he got he wasn't crazy fat, right? But he got fat, right? On purpose. It's Steve, fat Steve. Right. And fat Steve. Right. And then I saw Steve, what he was doing was he was training. Right. He was training every day, and he started saying, yo, I'm about to make this transformation. And he started documenting it the whole time. He was documenting his transformation every day. He was documenting it. Right. And then he documented for 30 days because he wasn't like crazy fat, but like 30 days, Steve got shredded, right? Boom. Right. Steve got shredded. This is Rip Steve. Right. Steve got shredded, and every day he was documenting his transformation every day, right? And every day he would show the day one shit, and then he'd be like day two, day one, he would do before and after, like, so every day he was on it. Then he had day 1 and day 30, and he was like, he had a hashtag, I forget the name of it, but it was like 30 days something, right? And he was hashtagging it every day, and he was getting, people were like invested. I was invested. I started watching this shit every day. He would film his workouts, his diet. He's on, like, yo, I got to get in shape, And then he was like telling a story online. And then on day 30th, he was like, yo, I've been doing this 30-day, I don't remember what it's called, 30-day shredder program, right? And then he said, if you want to learn from me how I did this in 30 days, click here, boom. And then he sold the program, right? And he was the only testimonial he had, because Steve had never been a trainer either, right? He had never trained nobody. He's a pro athlete, but he had never trained nobody. He was like, yo, I'm just going to show you what I did. And I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. So what me and Brian did, me and Brian, the homie, we both got as fat as we could. We spent a month getting as fat as we could. Brian got way fatter than me. He's really good at getting fat. And and we did the same shit for some, but we wanted to get ripped in 2 weeks. So we did this shit where we went and got DEXA scans on day 1. Then we got DEXA scans on day 3. You know what I mean? On day 14, because it was a 2-week thing. Because I had an super extreme diet called the Terminator 2-week, right? And we showed how much fucking fat we lost with the DEXA scans. And then we were documenting the whole thing as well. And then we sold that thing. It was one of our biggest launches. So now we teach the same shit to people in HTT. When someone comes like you and high ticket trainer, who's, maybe not in the best shape that they want to be in, right? We teach them the same thing, because there's a little bit more to it, right? That's like a quick version of it. We teach them the same thing. And every time they run it, it actually works really well for multiple reasons. One, okay, you never trained nobody before, so you don't have no testimonials. However, you are your first testimonial. It was the same shit with Steve. Steve was his first testimonial. Boom. And even when we did Terminator 2-week, I didn't have no testimonials for that diet. So it's like me and Brian were it. We just told, hey man, you want to do what we did. And it works really well for people who just getting started. So you'll be in actually a better position, because you'll be able to get fit, build a story while you're doing it that intrigues people. And it's some shit that I there's more to it than this, but and it works really well. And as far as training people, right, is like, listen, man, all you got to do online training, you're really like accountability coach, really. So you give them the workout plan, boom. You give them the diet plan, boom. But the most important part is the accountability, right? Because they can get a workout and diet plan from anywhere, from Chat GPT. They can get a workout plan and diet plan, boom, right? They can get it anywhere, but they don't need more information, right? If information alone made people rich, made people successful, then librarians would be billionaires, right? And what they need is accountability. So what I teach my clients and what I do when I train people is keep them accountable. Make sure they do it every day. And I have like tactics on how I do it and how we teach it, because we're really glorified accountability coaches, right? So you don't need to be certified. You don't need to fucking know all the shit. You just need to make sure they follow their diet and workout plan every day. And let me show you why this is so important, right? If we go here. So here's a study from Duke University, right? And then let me accept the cookies. Oh, that's the wrong study. My fault. Hold up. Let me go back. Here's a study from Duke University. Boom. So tracking leads to losing pounds. So basically, in this fucking study, they got a bunch of fat boys and they said, hey, fat boys, all we want you to do is track your macros in MyFitnessPal every day. They didn't give them no diet plan. They didn't give them no workout plan or nothing. They didn't say be in a caloric deficit. All they did was track the diets. And over 3 months, these people lost an average of 5 pounds with no diet. They said, yo, just track what you eat your regular shit. But what tracking is so important, right? So imagine if they had like a real diet plan and put them in a caloric deficit and a real workout plan, right? 5 pounds in 3 months. That sucks until you realize they had no instructions except for to fucking track their diet. That was it, right? So our job is to give them the plan, the diet plan, and the workout plan, and we make sure they do it and make sure they track it, boom, and make adjustments. You do not need to be, we're training regular people, and it's diet's the most important part. You can't out-train a bad diet, but you can out-diet bad training, right? So listen, if you guys want to know more about that, and if King Combs, you want to know more about being an online trainer in general, I got a free ebook called the 10 Commandments of Online Training. It is the second link in the description. It'll help you understand this business more, right? And see if it's something for you, because you might read it and feel like it's not for you, man, because some people might read it and be like, oh man, wait, I got to do work to make money. Oh man, I was looking for a get rich quick scheme, man. I'm gonna buy the Hawk 2 a coin, right? You know what I'm saying? But you might be like, oh, this is a viable business option for me, All right. So check it out. It's free. What else we got? Second link.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
What are average months to rid belly fat? 2 months of cutting calories, tracking, not slacking, but little results. Me, 60, very good health, very active.
All right. Well, shout out to you for being 60. It depends on how much you want to lose, right? So it's really just math, right? For every pound of fat you want to lose, you have to burn 3,500 calories, right? So it's just math. So what I suggest you do is get some sort of fitness tracker, Apple Watch, Whoop, Oura Ring, Fitbit, whatever, something that can track how many calories you're burning each day on average. Those things aren't perfect, right? But it gives you a good range. And then track how many calories you consume every day. You're already tracking. That's what's up. So now we need to see how much you're burning each day. And then it's just math, right? So if you burn 500 calories more than you consume each day for a week, 7 days, that'll equal 3,500 calories, which is a pound of fat. So you'll burn a pound of fat every week if you burn extra 500 calories a day. Right now, if you wanted to speed things up, you want to really turn it up, then you burn 1,000 calories per day, right? And that'll put you at 7,000 calories, right? Which is 2 pounds of fat, right? And again, these tracking devices aren't 100% accurate. So if you're not losing weight, but the math is adding up, then you got to adjust for, then you have to burn more, right? Because whatever, you just mentally calibrate towards whatever device you're using. And yeah, man, that's the thing. It's just math. It's just, so the answer is as you can, it can be as fast as you want it to be. You know, it's because it's really just math, brother. And so if you want to speed things up, man, burn more calories than you consume each day, even more than you are right now. Start tracking. If you download the Victory Vision Planner, it's free. That's in the description? It's the third link, right? And in there we have a thing. Let me bring it up right quick. Oh, here we go. So it's the third. So you can show them now. So this is a Victory Vision Planner. Boom. I got a video on how to use it. If you want to do online training with me, there's a link in here where you can apply, but you don't need to do that. So you go to the ambition tracker. There's 2 trackers in here. This video explains how to use them both, but that you go to ambition. No, the success tracker. I apologize. Right. And then this is free. It's a free Notion template. And basically you can just, it has like income and sleep, but what you really want to care about is your you're tracking. So it's easy for you. You put in your calories here and you put in the calories you consume here. Boom, it's going to add it up, you know, for you. This adds it up for you, right? So if you just track your macros, let's say I consume 50 grams of carbs that day. I'm sorry. Boom, I put that in here and then the calories change, right? And then the burn, let's say I burn 3,000 calories that day. You can see there's a formula in here. Oh, where you see the surplus or deficit. This changes. So now you can see how many you're burning each day. And the beautiful thing about this is then we have a chart here that shows, and then you put your weight in every day. Boom, right? If you're not losing weight, then you need to increase. Then you need to increase this number, right? If you're trying to gain weight, then you need to make sure this is positive, right? But then what happens is you'll be able to this graph will populate to change your shit every day, right? So like if I changed the weight here to, you're gonna see the graph changes, right? So it's dynamic, you know. Let me just change it back to what it was, right? So it's dynamic, and this is free, all right, 100% free. Victory Vision Planner, link in the description. Oh, and I have some spots open for online training. You can click this link here if you want to and apply for online training with me, but it's in the Victory. You don't need that. You could just do it all yourself, you know, so whatever, you know. All right. What up?
They're asking, isn't MyFitnessPal enough? They're asking, why would I use this?
Oh, why would you use that instead of MyFitnessPal? Oh, because MyFitnessPal, you really want to see how many calories you burn each day and you have to track it. You could. I don't like, MyFitnessPal does something weird. If you like link your Apple Watch to it, or if you link your Oura Ring or something, and you use your MyFitnessPal to actually, if you link them together, then it's kind of like, it doesn't tell you if you're in a deficit or not. It does some weird fucking goofy shit that I fucking hate. I just want to see the number, right? And then if I put it here, and then also you can track everything here. You can track your weight. You can track your workouts, how many hours of sleep you got, how much money you made, how many hours you worked on your goal, and you can add more shit. You can add more things to track. So this is like just a real habit tracker, you know. I fucking hate, like, if you get MyFitnessPal, do not link it to Apple Health or any fitness tracker. And keep those separated because it will be fucking retarded what it's going to do for you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the R word. All right, let's go.
We have Giuseppe. I watch Red Pill content on the Like Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate. However, I disagree on some of their views on women. I believe women should have their same opportunity as men in society.
Oh, he's just speaking. That's just a. Hey man, yeah, you know, Andrew's my boy, and I don't agree with everything he says, and Myron's my boy, and he knows I don't agree with everything he says. You know, they're still my homies. You know, I don't believe everyone. Like, I read books from these motherfuckers. I don't agree with everything in every book, right? You know, you take what you find valuable and disregard the rest. You know, you can learn from a fucking homeless person. Like, homeless people be spitting games sometimes. It's like one time a homeless dude was like, "Hey, look here, young blood." He wasn't homeless. He was like a wino or a crackhead or maybe a mixture of the two. And he was like, "Look here, young blood, man, just because you put sugar on, just because you look here, young blood, just because you put syrup on shit don't make it pancakes." You know what I'm talking about? And I was like, I never thought about it like that. I never thought about it like that. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the money to go buy this fucking alcohol for me. This is back when I was a teenager. You had to pay the fucking winos to buy you alcohol. Yeah. Sometimes they would drop jewels, is what I'm trying to say. You don't want to live their lifestyle, but every once in a while, man, even a broke clock is right twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I just did it. I just dropped a jewel on you. What else we got?
We have Skylar. What's up, BBC? When are you doing live Q&A again?
I'll have a schedule next week when I do, because I've been doing a live Q&A, kind of like this idea I stole from my homie FitX, where he lets people like get on. You know, I saw Fit doing it. I was like, that's dope. And I've been doing it. I was testing it the last 2 weeks, but I'm gonna have a real schedule next week. I'm gonna have a new schedule next week, but it's gonna be Monday. I just don't know what time yet. It's probably gonna be Monday and Wednesday.
We have Sticky Tape. Started working 2 jobs. Now I'm up. Thanks, BBC.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You know, people clown me for that shit. People make YouTube videos talking shit about me because I say, hey, man, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to work more. I ain't think that was a novel idea. I didn't think it was even controversial. But a lot of y'all tell me I meet you guys in the street, so you tell me, man, I got a second job, man. Now I'm coming up, and I'm like, yeah, man, that's what you do. That's what's up. Like I'm happy to hear it. There was a time where men who worked hard were actually praised. You know, I like it. Come on now, let's go. Let's get it. We fighting against poverty.
We have Dawson. How do I get a girl from school out of my head?
Oh yeah, Dawson. Dawson's a teenager, right? I think he's been here before. Dawson's a young fella, so he's talking about high school.
Stay busy.
Yeah, man, focus on yourself, man. Focus on some other shit, you know. She ain't special, man. She's just some chick, man. She don't even know nothing about life. She a kid, you know. She ain't no real woman yet, even. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She's staring right at me at school. I just end up.
She's always staring at me, and school just ended, so it really left me on a cliffhanger. It's like mind games. Well, you should have got her number.
You should have got to ask her out, man. Go ahead, find her on Instagram. She a high school girl. She probably got Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You know, or Snapchat. I don't know what fucking Rumble. I don't know what the fuck the kids are doing anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? X. You know, and hit her up, man. Be like, yo. Now you gotta go to the dating course. We should have X Fit. So he can yell at you and make you take your shirt off. That's what he gonna do. Yo, when I do the live Q&A, and shout out to Fit, that's the homie. When I first started doing them, I was like, do I need to take my shirt off now? No, nigga. No. This ain't gonna party. What else we got? No, don't go. Okay, this is what you do. Ask her out. And if she say no, at least then you'll stop thinking about her. And then you can put her on the list of hate. And you use her on the list of hate to propel you towards your goals. You can't lose, brother. Even if you get rejected, now you got a new list of hate. It's lit.
There you go. Now we have the unknown. What do you think about NASM personal training?
NASM, that's who I got my certification with, and it's cool. You know, I was working in gyms, right? So you only need a certification if you're going to work in a gym. If you want to be an online trainer, you do not need a certification. All right, gym, you don't even need a certification to train people in person. It's there's no laws to say you need it, but gyms will want you to have it in order for more insurance reasons. And being certified doesn't make you a good trainer. I mean, you learn some stuff. It's cool though. Like I like it. You definitely will learn some stuff, get a little bit of education. But I mean, training people is not fucking rocket science. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not rocket science, my nigga.
We have Joshua. Thanks for all you do. Baller Mindset has changed my life. Thoughts on working
Yo, that's
on a
free.
second
Look
job.
at that's free in the Victory Unit Discord. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to cut you off. I mean, I
Let me read that
did, but
one
I'm
more time.
sorry.
Baller
Yeah, I
mindset
did
has
mean to.
changed
I did
my
mean to
life.
do it, but I'm sorry I did it.
One more time. Baller mindset has changed my life. In case they didn't get that one,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
where in the description. Which link?
It's inside the description. It's one of them links. Oh, it's in the Discord. You got to join the Discord. Get the baller mindset, man, because it's changing. It's changing lives. My homie, the homie Goldsmith, got his whole life changed as a result.
Thoughts on working on a second job to buy ETFs every week to start selling covered calls. I'm buying SCHD and SPLG.
I don't know what those are. I can check later, but I'm not gonna do it now. But yeah, man, second job, man. Work more. If you want to make more money, everyone can do it today by working more. I know motherfuckers get mad at me for saying that. Just work more. You'll make more money, man. You know what I'm saying? Your future self will thank you. You know. All right, yo, we got some more super chats, and I want to get to them, but I got to get into. We got to talk about Hove right quick. Now, we've talked a lot. We talked a lot about the allegations against Jay-Z, but recently, the alleged victim, I don't even want to call her that. I don't know, the accuser, she did an interview with NBC talking about what allegedly happened that night, and it's insane. Let's watch some of it.
But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with...
Okay, so mind you, she lives 5 hours away, right? That's what, if you watch the extended version of this video, she lives 5 hours away. And her friend, who obviously was old enough to have a driver's license, drove her there and then just left her. She wants us to believe that someone who's old enough to drive drove a 13-year-old girl 5 hours away from some bullshit city to fucking Manhattan and just left her there at night. I call bullshit already, but let's keep going.
Having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
I don't know what that meant, right? But she got a little bit of autism, and I ain't trying to diss her for that. I'm just saying it's worth noting that she got a little bit of autism, you know? All right.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive.
Where? How on earth are we supposed to believe that someone who was driving the age drove a 13-year-old 5 hours from bullshit Rochester to Manhattan and just left her there? Say, hey, you're gonna figure out how to get home yourself. We're supposed to believe that? That shit don't sound crazy to you? Now, she do got a little bit of autism. Maybe he was like a high school kid playing a joke on him, but I just find this all hard to believe. All right, let's keep going.
Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says,
oh, how convenient. The friend is not alive to tell her part of the tale. All right.
She spoke to Combs's limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House.
Hold up, man. All right, so she left. So we don't know where the friend is anymore, right? The friend just left a fucking child in Manhattan 5 hours away from home. We're supposed to believe like that already. I'm calling bullshit. But here's where it gets crazy. Crazier.
He says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background.
All right. So she's talking to Benji about his tattoo. She really liked it because it's the Last Supper and she got a religious background and this is a vivid account. That's a vivid account. All right. What does Benji have to say?
So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a
these motherfuckers wasn't even there. She's talking to this motherfucker about the tattoo, you know what I'm saying? And having, you know, man, his religious tattoo. This motherfucker wasn't even there, man. I read another statement, like these motherfuckers are on tour somewhere else, another part of the country. It's like this footage of them like in another part of the country, you know? And let's continue.
Drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
You're going to have to edit that R word out.
JC comes in and rapes
Oh, I'm going to skip past that so I don't get demonetized.
away from him. And he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
Okay, remember that. She said she ran. Remember, her friend is just gone, right? She ran, she escaped, ran to a gas station, and called her father. Let's see what the dad has to say.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview.
Whoa. Okay, remember, her dad lives 5 hours away. So she waited at the gas station 5 hours. She calls her dad in the... Okay, imagine you got a daughter and she got a little bit of autism, right? So you probably already worried about her, right? She says, come pick me up. I'm in Manhattan, right? You already tripping. And then you drive 5 hours to go pick up your daughter from a gas station in Manhattan in the middle of the night. And then she says that they did not talk. They rode in silence. Remember, it's 5 hours away. So this motherfucker rolled her back 5 hours, didn't think to ask his daughter, hey, what are you doing in Manhattan? What happened to you? How'd you end up in the gas station? Right? What kind of fathers behave like that? Listen, maybe there are absentee fathers, but the kind of father who would drive 10 hours for his daughter in the middle of the night doesn't sound like the same father who's not going to ask no questions about why you in Manhattan crying at the gas station. They don't sound like the same kind of person to me. Let's see what the father had to say.
With NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said. When we asked the woman...
Yeah. It would have had to be my daughter. It could be a cousin, a friend, anybody. If they said they needed me to pick them up 5 hours away, they were in trouble. And then I had to drive another 5 hours back, a 10-hour ride round trip. I would remember that shit. Even if it was 24 years ago. That's not shit I would forget. I remember way stupider shit than that from 2000. I remember throwback jerseys. I remember everybody wearing white tees. I know every word of Nelly's first album. You know what I'm saying? I remember all types of shit from the year 2000. There's no way I would have forgot some shit like that, especially if it was my goddamn daughter.
Woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because if you tell me you had a fucking full-on conversation with a motherfucker who was in another state, I'm not going to believe that. You know? And then the dad, you're going to tell me the dad can't even corroborate the shit, you know? But now Hov's lawyer did an interview too. Check this out.
Tonight, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, is pushing to get a judge to dismiss the rape lawsuit against his client, citing an NBC News exclusive that found inconsistencies with the accuser's account.
We expect Mr. Carter to be fully cleared of
Not me. Sean Carter.
all of this in the coming days. Almost nothing that she says has checked out because this never happened.
This in the wake of our interview with a 38-year-old mother from Alabama who accuses Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and Sean Diddy Combs of raping her when she was
I didn't vet this video. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying those words.
13 years old. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you
I can't get in trouble from YouTube from playing YouTube, right? Maybe we'll see.
want to come forward?
Because
I'm gonna skip to some what they were saying. Okay, yeah.
VMAs, and that and I don't, he said. The woman revealed to us that she has autism and previously suffered a head injury. In a follow-up phone interview, we asked her about the contradictions, and she said that she stands by her statements.
This woman is standing by her story. It happened over 20 years ago. Maybe her memory is hazy. Maybe her father doesn't remember that night.
No, the father will remember. If I have to drive 10 hours for any reason, I'm going to remember that shit. I don't care what it is. Even if it's something less dramatic than my daughter calling me in the middle of the night saying she's in Manhattan and I live in Rochester, I'm going to remember that. If I have to fucking drive for 10 hours, I remember every time I drove 10 hours. I remember each one of those trips vividly. You know what I'm saying?
No. She's doubled down on certain of these details. She says, I'm positive. She points out the tattoo. She talks about the tattoo in vivid detail. Turns out that's completely false. And the father is supposed to be picking her up. 10-hour drive round trip to pick her up in the middle of the night. Has no memory of that. No one has come forward about this in nearly a quarter of a century, and that's because this never happened.
Spiro said he's not only seeking justice for Jay-Z, he says that he also wants to expose the accuser's attorney, Tony Busby.
He takes away the voices from real victims and he causes real harm.
That's the thing, man. You take away the voices from real victims when you do this bullshit, you know?
If this lawyer has any sense, he's going to dismiss this claim. I don't know whether he has any sense.
Busby, who has filed more than 20 lawsuits against Combs, told NBC News that he is continuing to vet the accuser's claims and that she has agreed to undergo a polygraph this week. A representative for Combs called the suit a shameless money grab.
Since your attorneys refiled the lawsuit against Combs naming Jay-Z, he has come out with a very long statement saying that this is completely not true.
We read his statements earlier.
And that this is all about trying to get money from him. What do you say about that?
I haven't asked for a dime from it.
Shut up. It's a civil suit. It's a lawsuit. It's going to be fucking money. Like, that's the only punishment. That's the only ramifications. The only ramifications from a civil suit is you either pay money or you don't. It's not a criminal suit. He's not facing jail time. He's facing if he's going to have to pay money. When you sue someone, you sue them for money. That's all it works. That's the only way it works.
It's not everything is motivated by money, and I'm sorry that he feels that it is.
Shut up.
This woman also told us on camera last week that this isn't about money.
Well, let's be serious. A lawyer like this is not sending out these letters not to make money. He wants money and fame. He doesn't care about truth and justice. And that's what's going on here.
That is what's going on. Funny, you know, something else is going on with the lawyer. There's a Uno reverse card. Yeah, man. Check this out. So the lawyer is allegedly being sued now for giving a woman a venereal disease. Yeah, man. I guess he gave some chick. He was hitting something raw, and he gave her something, and now she's suing him, man. She's suing him. So it's like a little Uno reverse on this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a Jane Doe. According to this new suit file, New York Supreme Court, the accuser identified as Jane Doe says Busby has taken advantage of her. This poor woman since 2000 in 2018. Goddamn. When they first met during an online conversation. Man, so he met this girl online and then infected her with all types of shit. I don't even know what it is, man, but it sound nasty. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. The woman said that Texas-based lawyer charmed her and convinced her to go out on a date with him. She says she ventures to Busby's hometown of Houston to grab dinner with him before they took in the show. After the performance, the woman says Busby booked a room at a 5-star hotel. Yeah, I know that move. I know that move, man. Sometimes you things are going well, man. You might not want to take it to the crib, but you might pull up hotels tonight. You know what I'm saying? See what's cracking. No, I know. All right. Where he seduced her. The two allegedly had sexual intercourse without Busby revealing that he had a venereal disease. Which is not specifically named in the suit. What y'all think it was? You think he looked like more of a herpes guy? Or more of a gonorrhea guy? Or maybe a genital warts motherfucker? I don't know. This is all alleged, you know. The woman says she left the hotel the next day. She spent the night. She spent the night, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Started to feel uncomfortable sensations in her groin, prompting her to meet with a doctor who tested and determined she had sexually transmitted disease from her account with Busby. She got infected with some Busby. He gave it a Busby. Y'all see what kind of shit I be Googling. You can see the ads, man. Ads for watches and shit. Anyway, not Seiko. Immediately the woman says she contacted Busby to deliver the bad news. He apologized to her, but seemed unsurprised because she claimed he already knew he had the disease. All right. Woman goes on to say Busby asked her not to disclose the diagnosis to anyone and vowed to provide free legal advice as compensation. He said, don't even worry, man. I give you some free legal advice. Don't worry about them the itchiness, man. Don't even trip. Woman says she filed with shame and grief, but continued to hook up with Busby. Oh, she was filled with shame and grief, but continued to hook up with Busby. I guess she figured, listen, I already got it. You can't get double herpes, allegedly, or double whatever the fuck they got. Once you got it, you got it. So now I guess she think, man, now that I got the shit, I can't fuck motherfuckers, regular motherfuckers. I can only fuck motherfuckers with the shit. He got the shit, so guess I'm screwed. Busby, who allegedly kept her on a short leash so he could manipulate her into keeping his secret under wraps. He should have wrapped something else up, Busby. Should have wrapped up your Busby, man. The woman says Busby invited her on trips to Panama, NYC, where he owned a home, TMZ broke the story. According to the complaint the woman filed last month, Busby flew into a rage and pushed the champagne flute into her face while they were at a bar during a trip to the NYC. So this man attacked this woman after filling her up with diseases, allegedly. Awful, man. Awful. Do we look like somebody who would do that? Y'all just let me know, man. Yeah. The woman says she has both medical and dental records to prove she suffered the injuries, including a chipped tooth. Bugsby tells EMC this lawsuit is a criminal conspiracy to discredit and intimidate him from his claims in the Diddy litigation. He calls the suit false, frivolous, laughable, and ridiculous. Those are a lot of adjectives. And will be dismissed along with other suits. Other suits. Uh-oh. He says he has reported the lawyer who has filed the latest suit to the relevant legal authorities and will be taking legal action against him and his client. Damn. Looks like Bugsby got getting a little taste of his own medicine. Well, I think, man, listen, I think that back to the Jay-Z shit. I don't really give a fuck about Bugsby like that. I just thought it was kind of humorous. That woman's story sounds insane. I don't believe any of it off the rip, just from the rip. Like, who's dropping off 13-year-olds 5 hours away in Manhattan? That doesn't sound like reality. That doesn't sound. I don't even that shit doesn't happen in America, right? And then her dad picks her up. Her dad drives 5 hours to pick her up from a gas station in New York, and then they drive 5 hours back in silence. She said that. No, the same kind of dad who's going to drive 10 hours round trip to pick up his daughter in the middle of the night doesn't sound like the same type of dad who would just be like, get in and not say nothing to her as a result. They don't sound like the same type of people. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like a dad who cares about his daughter. He drop everything and start driving in the middle of the night to pick her up, right? So even her own story doesn't check out multiple times. Like that musician she had a whole fucking conversation with wasn't even in the same state. It sounds ridiculous, right? And the dad's like, nah, man, I would remember that. Of course you would have. If I got to drive, if somebody calls me in the middle of the night and I got to wake up and drive 20 minutes to get them, I'll remember that shit for fucking 20, 30 years, right? Let alone a 10-hour round trip. Anyway, we'll see what happens. What do you guys think happened? Leave a comment. All right. What else we got? Let's answer these super chats and then get out of here.
Okay, we got Austin. He says, how long should I wait to date after a divorce? Would you suggest getting fitness and finances on point before dating? What should be the correct order?
Well, congratulations to you for getting that divorce. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let a hoe go. You know? Shout out to you. But yeah, you know, you definitely it's a good time to focus on yourself right now, right? Because women are a huge distraction. You know, and I think you need to just focus on yourself until fucking the kind of bitches you are dreaming about, the kind of bitches, your dream girls are girls you would really want, the kind of women you would really want to date until they're coming at you, until they're like throwing, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to take like a lot of self-improvement. You got to, I think everybody should think this. Think about the kind of woman that you really want, your dream woman, right? What kind of guy is she finger banging herself to? Become that guy, right? Don't chase women, chase victory, because women come with it. Women come with victory, not just financial success. It's a part of it though, but like women want the best guy, the best all around guy. Become him, and you become a magnet for him. You don't have to chase him; they chase you, because there's only so many guys who are in good shape, got their finance together, and got sound and a good mind, right? That's what you want to be, and you want to put yourself in a position where you're not chasing these hoes and trying to convince them to be with you. You want to be fucking weeding out. You want bitches coming to you and you be like, try something out. She's cool. This is no gym. You toss her aside, right? And you want to find the ones that are best out of the ones who come at you. But you got to be that you got to be the dude for them to come at you. So the truth is, as long as it takes, brother.
Sepe is asking, what is your opinion on feminism and its implications on society?
I don't think about shit like that. All I think about is victory, right? Like that's the difference between me and like my red pill counterparts, is they like really think about feminism and shit. And I only think about like accomplishing my goals. You know, what other people got going on, it doesn't really mean anything to me. You know, I just think about accomplishing my goals, because it's like, I don't give a fuck what what these hoes is doing or thinking about. All I think about is victory. And if you focus on victory, then shit kind of works out for you. You know what I'm saying? I focus on, honestly, man, I just don't think about that shit.
El Cid Cab is saying, Kinkiro Gymnasium Jesus, I saw the video you made with Dan Martel and it was fire. I wanted to ask you, at what point did you hire people to do chores like meal prep, wash and fold, etc.? Thanks, bro.
Yeah, as soon as I just did the math. Like, could I work during this time and make more money than I spent? All right, I wasn't a millionaire. I wasn't balling. I was like a regular guy. You know, I was a fucking regular guy. But I could just do the math and know, okay, if I work during this time, I could make more money than I spent to buy the time. You know, so it's really gonna be a math problem. All right, guys, we about to get up out of here. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to learn how to grow your fucking social media presence, right? This is the first time I put out a program like this that wasn't just for fitness influencers. This is going to be for everyone, right? I am launching a program called the Influencer Domination Accelerator, where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to grow your social media live, right? And I'm going to be working with you live to help you grow your social media. I'm going to be reviewing your content with you every week. I'm going to be reviewing your social media, telling you what you do to do better. And it's going to launch the top of the year. But it's only going to be open for a little bit of time. So you don't want to miss out on this when we launch it. And to make sure you don't miss out, click the first link in the description, right? And sign up for the VIP notification list so you know when it comes out. All right. I'll holler at y'all.